was never about what you could do in order for you to change your life, for you to get to heaven. Actually about what all God did for you and for us in order for us to be with him forever. So I have some really cool, really good news. Did you know that God actually loves you as a person, and he loves you, who you are, just you, much more than what you can do for him? And that God actually wants to save you. It's not just like, oh yeah, I'm going to let her in. Like, no, he wants you. He actually wants you. But a lot of times we think that what God is expecting or what he wants out of us is the things that we do. And so, like, we become a Christian, and then all of a sudden it's like, okay, let me start doing these things. Now I got to do this. Now I got to do this. I need to change my life. I need to. But actually, like, this Christian life is not about what all you can do for God and how you can change your life and do all these things in order for you to get to heaven. It's completely the opposite. It's actually about what all God did for you and for us in order for us to be with him forever. Not the other way around. Like I said, remember, he's not after what you can do, the things that you are doing for him. He's after you. So why do we think that we need to do these things or keep doing these things in order for him to love us? Romans 5 talks about that he did not die for the version of you that was all fixed up and all put together and all pretty and perfect. Like, that's not who he died for. It's really crazy. And Romans 5:6 says, for while we were still weak, at the right time, Christ died for the ungodly. How crazy is that statement? Like, you can literally just sit and think on that. Like, he died for ungodly people. And when you think back on, like, the Gospels and stuff, who did he hang out with the most? He got a reputation for himself as a friend of sinners, not friend of the religious people. Ain't that crazy to think about? Like, religious people would actually get mad that Jesus would be at sinners' houses, that a prostitute came and poured oil on his feet as worship. That's just absolutely crazy to me that the people that were drawn to him were sinners. Won't that just shake your theology up a little bit? So the next part in Romans 5 verse 7 says, for one will scarcely die for a righteous person, though perhaps for a good person one would dare to even die. So listen to what that's saying. It's saying, okay, some people might, you might find somebody every once in a while that'll die for somebody that's like righteous. Listen to what that's saying. We're talking about Jesus here. And then it says, though perhaps for somebody good, somebody might die for them. So we're not talking about Jesus dying for somebody that's like, okay, well, they're gonna be good after I die for them, so it's okay. That's not what it says. That is not what it's talking about at all. Because that next verse, Romans 5:8 says, but God shows his love for us in that while we were still sinners, Christ died for us. He did not look at your state of being and look at the very best moment and think, okay, because they're going to hit this epitome of being this type of person, they're worth dying for. That is not what it talks about, okay? He looked at your life and all of us, the whole entire world, in our sinful state, and he says that we all are sinners, but he loves us so much. And it says that that's how God demonstrated his love for us, by looking at us and seeing that ungodly, sinner. But he loves us, and that's when he decided to die for us, not your dressed up you. So it began with him seeing us as a sinner and choosing and saying that we were worth dying for and loving us so much that he gives his very own life for ungodly people, okay? But then we go back to that and think, okay, now I've got to fix all these things. I need to start doing these things. It was never about what you could do in order for you to change your life, for you to get to heaven, and all these things. It was always about a father who had lost sons and daughters, but he loved them so very much. And I'm just going to pause right there and say, for you who have sons and daughters, and they have had a season where they, were separated from you for a little bit, or were going through something, or you have kids who have been on drugs before, or anything like that, or even through death or whatever. As a parent, there is absolutely nothing that you would not do to have your kids with you again. Some people be like, I would give my very own life to have my kids back. And that's exactly what he did. That's the gravity of what this is. It was never about servants, losing servants, and I need some servants. No, it's a father who lost his kids. And to get them back, he gives not just anything, the very best of heaven. And Jesus looks at you as brothers, sisters, sons, and daughters and loves you so much as a person. And he says, I will give my life because they are worth my very own life to have them again. And he did that for you while you were a sinner. And now that you're saved, now that you are a child of God, you don't have to worry about now, like, okay, well, am I going to go to heaven? Like, am I still saved? Am I blah, blah, blah? Romans 5:10 says, for if while we were his enemies, we were reconciled to God by the death of his son, much more now that we are reconciled, shall we be saved by his life. It's saying that he gave this tremendous gift of his very own life, his own blood for you, while you were his enemy, much more now that you are his son, will he save you? This was never about what you could do for God. It was always about how much he loved you and how he demonstrated his love and how great his love is for you and me.